No matter how good we are, we can still be better. You can always be better.
Hello and welcome. Jeff Bezos is one of the most successful business moguls in the world. But when aspiring tech entrepreneurs are asked who they look up to the most, they give the usual names: Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Maybe a few will mention Bill Gates. But unfortunately, there aren't many who will mention Jeff Bezos, founder and CEO of Amazon. He really isn't given the attention he deserves.
Principles at Amazon, kind of core values that we go back to over and over again.
Bezos does more than simply run a retail store. He was the first cent billionaire on the Forbes Wealth Index and is the world's second richest person after Elon Musk. Bezos was named the richest man in modern history after his net worth increased to $150 billion in 2018. And although he may be a little underappreciated in the world of tech entrepreneurs, he has shown the world what he can do. Here are some of his business philosophies. Be stubborn and flexible. According to Bezos, good entrepreneurs must be stubborn and flexible. When referring to Amazon, Bezos says, "We are stubborn on vision, we are flexible on details." Never stop experimenting. If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness. At Amazon, experimentation and willingness to invent has always been a part of the culture. It's not secondary or something that has to be done because everyone else does it.
If you can get your work life to be where you enjoy half of it, that is amazing.
Be willing to invent. Invention is really important to Bezos and his team at Amazon. He mentions the words pioneers and explorers a lot to describe his team at Amazon. He looks for people that like to invent and are always looking for ways to make products better. Invention and inventors push the world forward. Failure is part of the job as an entrepreneur. Don't overemphasize it, and most of all, show the world what you can do.
But we want to put our own twist on it. We want to try to do something better for customers that's pioneering. But no, Medina is a great little, it's a suburb of Seattle, and I don't think there's anything special in the water there. And I did locate Amazon in Seattle because of Microsoft. I thought that big pool of technical talent would provide a good place to recruit talented people from, and that did turn out to be true. So it's not a complete coincidence. There's some correlation there. I solicited ideas, kind of crowdsourced, and I got literally, as you said, something like 47,000, maybe even a little more. Some of them came to my inbox, most of them came on social media, and I read through thousands and thousands of them. My office kind of correlated them all and put them into buckets, and there were some themes that emerged, but the other thing that's fascinating about the kind of exercise is you see just how long-tailed it is. People are interested in trying to help the world in so many different ways. A lot of people are very interested in homelessness, including me. A lot of people are very interested in education of all kinds. I'm very interested in early education, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My mother has become, in running the Bezos Family Foundation, she has become an expert in early education. I'm going to operate that. That's going to be an operating nonprofit, and we're going to put them in low-income neighborhoods. We know for a fact that if a kid falls behind, it's really, really hard to catch up. If you can give somebody a leg up when they're 2, 3, or 4 years old, by the time they get to kindergarten or first grade, they're much less likely to fall behind. It can still happen, but you've really improved their odds. The money spent there is going to pay gigantic dividends for decades. I think I'd always wanted to do it, even since I was a kid. Had the idea. One of the people who every time I look at something, it looks like it could be improved. There's something wrong with it, so I go through like, wow, how could this restaurant be better? And so I've always had that kind of idea. The great thing about humans in general is we're always improving things. And so entrepreneurs and inventors, if they follow their curiosity and they follow their passions and they figure something out and then they figure out how to make it better and they're never satisfied. And you need to harness that. In my view, you need to harness that energy primarily on your customers instead of on your competitors. And so where I sometimes see companies and even young, small startup companies, entrepreneurs go awry is they start to pay more attention to their competition than they do to their customers. I think that in big, mature industries, that might be a winning approach in some cases, kind of close following. Let other people be the pioneers and, and go down the blind alleys. There's many things that a new inventive company tries won't work. But as you see in the world more and more, there aren't very many mature industries. Change is happening everywhere. You can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. Which one of those, when you're 90 years old, are you going to be more proud of? So no matter how good we are, we can still be better. You can always be better. Customers have a divine discontent, and they teach you if you listen to customers. So we watch for that, and we see patterns, and we can find places where it's not working, something's going wrong. That's really how I get the feedback, is from customer input. And often, in all caps, angry, you ruined my child's birthday because the gift didn't show up on time. And we take that, and what you really want to do is you take that, it's an anecdote, it's a single example, but you need to find the root cause. What went wrong deep inside the system? How did this happen? Because then you can fix it for everyone, so that particular problem will never happen again. You don't just fix the symptom, you have to fix the root cause. And that's been the secret to our operational success for 20 years.
One of the great things that you learn, and first of all, we had a very fortunate, lucky childhood. We got to spend a lot of time with Pop and our grandparents, and we learned a lot of things from watching him because he would take on major projects that he didn't really know how to do, figure out how to do them. But in space, we have, for all practical purposes, unlimited resources. We could have 1 trillion humans in the solar system and still wouldn't be crowded. And so then if you had 1 trillion humans, you'd have 1,000 Einsteins and 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Da Vincis. And how cool would that be? But we have to go to space, and we have to go to space to save Earth. That's why this work is so important. And we don't have forever to do it. We've now gotten so big as a civilization on Earth that we kind of have to hurry. And so I believe that really in a kind of a long time frame, the most important work I'm doing is Blue Origin and pushing forward to get humanity established in the solar system.